Uh, Konnichiwa, minasan, shokoko ni. I slightly apologize for being like, oh, I'm not late, never mind. I don't apologize for shit. But yeah, I intended to start as soon as the clock hit 5 p.m., and then I had a coughing fit. So, I thought that was gonna delay me a whole minute or two, but apparently it didn't delay me as much as I thought it did, which means, yeah, you don't get an apology from me. At all, ever. Also, hi. At least I'm not inting. Dude, there's no such thing as inting for me in Metroid Prime. No such thing whatsoever. Also, no scuffed start today, save for, like, coughing. So that's good. Well, I'm not gonna jinx it. We just started, I ain't trying to start shit. Alright, where did we leave off? It's all that burnt noodle in your lungs. Yeah, I also think it's just the cold, and then switching to warm in the middle of the day. Gotta get used to the controls again. The one downside of not streaming for like 2 days is I'm unused to the controls again. Oh god. I didn't post on Twitter I was streaming today. Whatever. Doesn't matter. My schedule is the same. Anyone who follows me should know this by now. Glass. Brimstone. Oh, there we go. Oh. Also, the burnt noodle smell is mostly going away little by little. We're getting there. It's almost gone. Oh look, there should be a portal here in the dark side. In the dark side. Hi! How you doing? You could technically put up a schedule post on YouTube thing, and that works also. I could. But I want to make my schedule before I start doing schedule posts. Like, I want to actually design a proper, like, schedule so that it's not just, like, MS Paint. Hee hee ha ha hoo hoo. Look at me. Yeah, I'm just, you know. I want to do things right from the get-go, not scuffed. I should probably work on that this week. I might be able to get something basic out before I just commission an artist to do that shit for me, but we'll see. I can probably get something to work. Oh wait, shit, there's actually a fight. Yeah, bro. Hello, the first... Notice how the scan says Dark Samus 1. Notice how there's 4 Dark Samus entries. You like that? 25% on Dark Samus off the first one? I love this game. Also, this bitch has different ways to fight, or to attack, because you can't just use missiles. And then if I remember correctly, that bounces off when she's glowing. It is glowing. She... So by stealing Samus's DNA, does the Metroid Prime become female? That is a... Captain Ayo, I'm asking questions, this is scientific. This is purely scientific. You didn't answer the question, answer it! I will not be denied knowledge, ow. Hi. Freaky is subjective. From my perspective, I am not freaky at all. You know, I'm surprised. Okay, well, to be fair, okay. Very suggestive indeed. What's it called? I'm sad Dark Samus is a echo fighter of Samus in Smash Bros. Because look at all the shit Dark Samus does that's completely different from Samus. Like, come on, you're telling me that ain't the sickest shit you've ever seen? Also, can you tell I'm a Dark Samus main and not a regular Samus main in Smash? I'm as edgy as it gets when it comes to fucking anything digital. Because she floats. Edge. I also just really like the color scheme of Dark Samus. I love the black and blue. You got wrecked. Hey, we beat the final boss of Metroid Prime 1 at the start of Prime 2. That means the game's over, right? I like how you say sure, like, as if I main Dark Samus because I'm horny for an alien. Which isn't entirely false. I main Dark Samus, but it's not because I'm horny for an alien. That was an easy fight, not gonna lie. Yeah, that's the first one. And I'm also not on hard mode, so... because, yeah. I technically haven't finished Prime 2 on the emulator. It's Freak Day today? Something like that. We'll go with that. Oh shit. Oh shit, I can scan the Phazon. I forgot about this. God damn. Thursdays are Captain Unhinged mode. Yeah, kinda, sorta. Yes. But no, I've mained Samus literally since the first time I played Smash back in Melee. It was Samus and Roy is who I've always mained. And then they got rid of Roy in fucking Brawl, so it was just Samus and Zero Suit Samus in Brawl. And then Roy came back, so it was Samus and Roy again. And then they brought in Dark Samus and Ridley, so now I main all of the Metroid characters. And Roy. I keep trying to switch the fucking visor, like in Remastered. The control schemes just got me. I'm never gonna get reused to it, but whatever. I make do. Space pirates make do. So you're one of those mains. In my defense, Samus has never been anything above C tier, so I'm not annoying. That being said, Ridley is kind of fucking annoying, and Roy has like frame 1 data, so yeah, I don't, yeah, I apologize. Zero Suit Samus was actually pretty good in Brawl, like to the point where she was just, you would just start the game by like doing the trick so that you could start a Zero Suit Samus. Fucker thinks hiding up there is gonna save him. Well, I just doubled down on it. Fair enough. I could. I typically should. But I'm one of those people that will rob you without trying to inconvenience you. You get me? I'll leave a little sticky note saying, I apologize, I need this. And it'll be like Rocket Raccoon asking for Winter Soldier's arm. It's like, yeah, I kind of need it. So, give it to me. Think of it this way, I'm a more polite Rocket. I think that's the best way to think about my personality, from my own perspective anyways. Dark Breed. See, they're back, reused assets. But also their textures are purple now. Fair, I guess. Oh yeah, cool little detail about these, right? So you can actually affect them differently based on the beam you're using. Dark Beam, obviously, fucking turns it into garbage. To be honest with you, the only reason that the nullified beacon exists is just to be consistent. There is no purpose for me nullifying a beacon. All it does is hurt me. There's legitimately no positive aspect to nullifying a beacon. At all. Yeah, nullifying the beacon actually just makes it so that you can't turn it on. Like, unless you reset it. Like, if you notice, I can't just... I have to spam it. It's literally just, like, only negatives. Which, granted, like, the whole point of doing it that way is so that it makes it, even if you supercharge... Well, with the dark beam, all it does is fuck it up. With the other beams, different story. But, Dark Beam literally only prevents you from turning it on until the dark is faded, or until you shoot it several times. Now, if you have the Light Beam takes off the dark immediately. Oh. And as another addendum, there are... Hold on, how many was it? 50% of light beacons. So obviously there's still 2 more that I can discover, right? So the other 2 beams still affect the beacons. Also, and you scan that. Does the same thing to crystals. Same shit. One's permanent, one's not. So I need to go up. I love having double jump early. And there, they would teach you how, like, that's the way for them to teach you, is they show you a nullified beacon immediately after you get the dark beam. But I just showed it to you instead. I scan this. Behold! Mechanics! Using beams to solve puzzles instead of... You know, now that I think about it, I'm surprised they never used, like, the well, granted, again, Prime 1 was kind of short, but... Can you imagine if they used the Ice Beam and the Plasma Beam for, like, puzzles in the late game? Or simply, like, the Ice Beam alone would have been nice. Beams? Yes, the light beam, the dark beam, and the annihilator beam. The annihilator beam is just what you get from, like, an authentic Mexican store. Restaurant, store, same shit. Alright, which way do I want to go? Doomed entry, by the way. The reason it's called a doomed entry, I don't know if you were paying attention while I was scanning everything around, but you remember how all the space pirates went through the portal earlier before we fought Dark Samus and shit? Yeah, that's all their corpses. They came in and fucking died to the atmosphere, or the Ying that was up here. Skill issue. Should have been better, I guess. Where am I going? Ooh, actually, you know what? I can check where I'm going. Through Light World. That's not it. Ah, aha. Oh, yeah, here's another detail. Skill issue got possessed by Ing. So that last room, remember how I said, like, the maps are basically the same? But if you notice, the last room we were in actually has a bunch of different stuff. It has, like, the middle platforms to go up and down, whereas in the Light World, you have all the space pirate, like, construction. So, yeah. Also, this room doesn't have 2 exits. I love this game. got possessed by... They didn't even get possessed! They're just fucking dead! I mean, I guess some of them got possessed, but... Game trolling you. Hi! One thing to know as well, Dark Beam against the Ing sucks. You don't use the Dark Beam against the Ing, it doesn't do that much damage. I'll prove it. This should freeze, but it will not freeze. Oh, actually, the Dark Beam is such an upgrade to the, as opposed to the Ice Beam, because it has a much faster fire rate. The reason for that is, it makes sense that they are dark. Yep, this is true. You don't use dark weapons on dark stuff, you don't use light weapons on light stuff. I'd expect it to heal them. It still does damage, it just doesn't heal. Because the Dark Beam is technically still Luminoth technology, it's just... I don't... I guess it's like fight fire with fire type shit? I don't know. I'm sure it has like a lore entry. Let me see. Weapon systems. Bean weapons. Dark Bean. Shots from the Dark Beam can hinder enemies and objects as well. It's the equivalent to the Ice Beam. Limited effect on Ing and dark creatures. It takes several hits with Dark Beam to hinder enemies and enshroud objects with dark matter. Charge the Dark Beam to fire an Entangler Blast. Enemies struck by this blast will be enveloped in shadow triangles for a few moments, unable to move or fire. Yeah, and then there's the Super Missile for it. I don't know, it's weird. I'm not sure why the Luminoth would create the Dark Beam, other than, like, to fight stuff that isn't the Ying, but what stuff are they fighting that isn't Dark World stuff? I mean, they certainly weren't fighting each other, that's for damn fucking sure. There's never any hints that that was going on. Also, this room sucks in the Dark World, because it's literally all just the outside, and I don't... Yeah, there is a way to get in. It's a power bomb, I think, or super missile. Enzium, nope, power bomb. Where are we going? What the fuck? Wait, do I have? Oh, that's right. I haven't gotten that yet. I think the pacing of the upgrades in 2 is also a little bit better. It makes more... Not that it makes more sense, but it allows them to do more puzzly shit. There is an added benefit that the Light Beam and the Dark Beam aren't technically stronger than each other, unlike, you know, the Plasma Beam being an objective upgrade over everything else. So, like, it's definitely nice to see that Prime 2, the beams are not inherently better than each other. Except for the Annihilator Beam. But the Annihilator Beam consumes both types of ammo. It consumes both light and dark, which makes it expensive. So yes, it's stronger, but it's more expensive to use. And we will get there. And you will see just how good the Annihilator Beam is. It is... If it weren't for the existence of the Nova Beam in Prime 3, I think the Annihilator Beam would probably be my favorite. Just from vibes alone. That shit's sick. They made it like the visors use one for the best case scenario. Exactly, pretty much. Each, like, there's different situations where you, like, that calls for each different visor and beam, which is really nice. I don't know. Personally, my favorite beams are the Annihilator, Nova, Dark, and Ice. And, like, yeah, that's a lot. But Metroid has a metric fuck ton of beams. Like, none of the 2D beams are in the 3D games, technically. Because Spazzer and one other beam from the 2D games just isn't here. I want to be here right now? Yes. No. I think I need the Dark Visor for this room. I'm pretty sure I need the Dark Visor for this room. I don't know. There's a lot of cool weapons in Prime, but, like, element-wise, my favorite elements are, like, Ice and, like, Shadow and shit, so obviously I'm gonna like the Ice and Dark Beam, especially since they're fucking, like, parallels of each other. Annihilator's just sick, and the Nova Beam is equally sick. It's like atomic. Eh. I am atomic. Fucking... Yeah, I think I'm doomed. Eminence and Shadow and fucking some sort of beam that replicates that is, yeah, I'm gonna turn cringe. Yeah, I'm almost certain. One of three. Okay, never mind. I guess it's just 3 locks. I thought, settle down there, Eminence man. No. I'm gonna yap. I have no caffeine in me today. I don't know why I'm so, like, yappy. And cringe. High energy. For once. I genuinely thought this room was going to be... It's the freak within. The power within, but it's freaky. But yeah, hands down, the quality of life and the changes in Prime 2 from stuff in Prime 1 is phenomenal. And obviously, like, another thing to tell is the Dark Beam uses the same model as the Light Beam. Fun fact, though, once we get to the Light Beam, you would think the Light Beam uses the same, like, configuration as the Plasma Beam. It does not. The Light Beam uses the Wave Beam configuration, and the Annihilator Beam is the one that uses the Plasma Beam configuration. It's fucking weird. Ooh, I forgot about these gross-ass things. Impenetrable shell, by the way. Now, where's that little goofy moth? They just flip-flop to make it interesting. I guess. I didn't think it mattered that much, but apparently it does. Can you, like... Okay, I guess you're just gonna be invisible the whole time. But yeah, it's... effective reuse of assets. Oh, fuck, that's not a window. Why do these look different? I don't know why it just gave me the impression that those needed to be scanned. This is gonna seem very spastic. This is unironically the best way to deal with the floating stuff like that. Just so that they don't get annoying and bother you when you're trying to move on the platforms. Oh shit. Hey, it's not that dangerous. I still have plenty of life after that. Huh. I remember that doing more damage. Guess I'm wrong. There's a lot of stuff I don't remember properly, apparently. Okay, that needs to be touched. That's been touched. As says that. I hear an upgrade. I definitely hear an upgrade. Now the question is, where exactly is it? It sounds like it should be inside this wall somewhere. Maybe it's underneath. Oh, actually, you know what? I might be a moron. It might be inside one of these platforms. And I need to raise it with a light beam. Or just blind. Have you seen it? If there's something you're seeing that I'm not... It's louder when I get close to this wall, though. Which is what's throwing me off. Nope. Well, I know there's something in this room. I'll eventually come back for it, but it's generally going to, like, throw me the fuck off that... Huh. Weird. Oh, speaking of which... Remember how I said I like how quickly they the progression of upgrades in this game? It's because they give you both back to back. And you don't get the third beam until way fucking later. Yep. And they do this because the beams are not more powerful than each other. Defeat enemies with the dark beam to earn light ammo, and then defeat enemies with the light beam, or, yeah. Now that I have that, and I've scanned one thing, what I'm gonna do is scan that one. Oh, and when you empower them, when you energize them with the light beam, they heal faster and they do damage to dark enemies. Also, the light beam empowered beacons last longer. I'm almost certain. And this heals much faster. Well, not much faster. The Annihilator one heals the most fastest. I could have sworn. Ow. Can you, like, mind your manners, motherfucker? Maybe I was wrong about the platforms. I could have sworn, though. Okay, so I erased the platforms, but I don't see... Yeah, so the upgrade is... Oh. Nothing on these sides. There's no hole in the platforms. That looks normal to me. Well, I'm gonna bring the platforms down because I can't imagine that having them up there is gonna be fucking helpful in any way. You know what? I might need the dark visor for this room. That's what that might be. It might be hidden. Hi.
Recording to logbook.
Lol. Just burning webs away, I guess. Here's what I'm gonna do. Walk in. I dare you. Walk through. Come on. Come on. Walk in. You won't. Pussy. Oh, actually, I know why the dark beam nullifying crystals is a side effect. Some enemies can nullify crystals if they hit it with like specific attacks. So the whole point is, yeah, that. Also, I went the right way by accident. Well, I guess not by accident, but I should do... Not what I meant to do. Okay. So this... I see. Let's go that way first. Where ball upgrade? You mean the boost ball? That's, not yet. There's plenty of upgrades, bro. I'm in the first zone. I haven't even beat the first Guardian. Oh, so kind of a detail that is a little missed because I'm on an emulator and not on the original GameCube. The old Prime games back in the GameCube, as good as these games are, the load times weren't great. So opening doors wasn't always quick, and because the GameCube, you know, the emulator's better than the GameCube, these doors are actually still loading faster than the GameCube would have. What is this? Oh, there's an ammo station. But yeah, sometimes in ye olde days of the GameCube, those doors would sit there waiting to open for like a solid 15-20 seconds sometimes. A small price to pay for amazing game. Funny. So I think the Dark World in general also has less... Yeah, has like less areas than the Light World in some cases. Like that obviously doesn't exist in the Dark World. Yeah, it wasn't that bad, but like sometimes it definitely felt like super long. Depending on your GameCube, it could take a long bit. It was usually pretty good. It wasn't like an issue that happened often, but it did happen, which was, you know, not always the most fun thing, having to wait next to a door. But once the room loads, if you open the door, like if you hit the door again, like let's say you stay in the room you were in, but like you open the door and then you back away and the door closes. Once that room is loaded, it stays loaded until you're like 2 rooms away. Which is nice. I think one solution to that issue could have been whenever you're in a room to why am I going this way? Whenever you're in a room, I think loading every room attached to said room would be the best, and then whatever room isn't attached to that room would be unloaded. I think that could have been a solution. Maybe that's what they did, maybe not, but regardless, sometimes the doors took a little bit to load. It may be more of an issue in Prime 3, actually, now that I think about it. But once we get there, we'll see. Yeah, I know. You guys are pissy. Go away.
Recording to logbook.
50% of ink have been scanned. This room. It reeks of fight. to me. How utterly curious. Yeah, let's see what happens. Wow, who would have guessed? If it's wide boss time. It's a mini boss, because I don't think he gives an upgrade. Oh yeah, no, it's just a bunch of ink spam. Hey guys! This is kind of fucked up, don't you think? It's a little lopsided. Oh, and the charge beam for the light is like a spread. It's like a shotgun instead of being like just a thicker beam. Get burnt. Get burnt like the noodles. How many of you fuckers are there? Surely that's the last of them, right? Yeah, kinda, actually. What the fuck? I don't remember that popping out like that. Imagine the smell. Bro, what is blob of darkness cooked to a fine ash smell like? Fuck, what does dark ether smell like? What does dark atmosphere smell like? It's gotta have some, like, weirdness to it, I'd imagine. Probably smells edgy. Ooh, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, probably. Can I even get up there right now? Can I? Huh. I guess I can't get up there at the moment. However, I can get some ammo back. Or not. Don't give me ammo. Whatever, game. I didn't care about you anyways. That's a wasted shot. Great. Lol. I don't think they jump when you're inside of a light thing, actually. Yeah, they don't. The AI is relatively smart. Retro Studios, you are so goated. Right, so the plan now is to get to the Guardian. Does Edgy have a smell to you? Do you have like a certain, not compunction, but a certain I was gonna say flavor profile, smell profile that you would imagine Edgy to be? I would think it's like metal, like iron, like the smell of, or yeah, like the smell of metal. Maybe like the taste of blood in your mouth, that's a little irony, but turn that into a smell. Yeah. Oh god! Where the fuck? Wait a minute. What the fuck? Oh, because my only way there is going to be to portal back. Yep, that's why. They're forcing me to go there. I don't know about that. Are you a vampire now? I could be. I don't know. I've bit my cheek / tongue to the point where I accidentally made myself bleed. I wouldn't consider that, like, qualifying me as a vampire. Although, like, are space vampires a thing? Is that possible? I hear an upgrade in this room. I missed an upgrade in here. What the? Oh, shit. Hi. Oh, that's probably how I get it. Is it? No, because it's like on this side. I remember... Why do I remember one of these being able to be broken? Guess not. Just gonna try one last thing. Oh, okay. So it's either super missiles or I need the magnet ball. Spider ball. Imagine the sun just hits them in space and they get instantly disintegrated. Yeah. Yep, that'll do. That'll definitely do. That's probably from the other one. There is... Not through here. I have to go all the way around. Okay. It's only the sun, though, because the real reason why the sun burns vampires is because it's a symbol of holiness. Otherwise, the moon would also fucking burn them, since that's reflected sunlight. Just, you know, to a lesser degree. Okay. They seem to all be having a good time down there. I couldn't give half a rat's ass. Can I... Is there gonna be another skiff that I can scan? No? Okay, so I'm just cooked. Got it. Portable generator. Efficient and has a heavy armor casing. Only hits from heavy weapons can shatter the armor and destroy the device. Interesting. Oh, there's a skiff right there. Huh, I didn't notice that before. They just leave one for you to scan it. Nice, thank you. I appreciate it. I wonder, would this... Yes, it would. Neat. There's an upgrade here. I'm pretty sure the upgrade here is through the generators. Because I think it's above or some shit like that. God, I hate being able to pick up those sounds, because I think this one would take you longer to complete than Prime 1. It definitely will. I'm also kind of like goofing off a little bit here and there, whereas I wasn't really doing that much in Prime 1. So perhaps I should just get gooder. Okay. Double okay. Okay, so I've also memorized a lot of the paths in Prime 1, whereas in this one, I don't distinctly remember it as much. And it's mainly because I've played Remastered more recently. If Prime 2 ever gets a remaster, I will be so fucking happy. Really hoping that Prime 4 leads to the remaster of 2 and 3. It's a dark door on that side. That leads to the mining plaza. Shit here. I know what this room is. I'm going to look at it anyways, just so that I have it on my map. But I need the... Oh, never mind. I don't need what I thought I needed. Yes, I do, for a specific upgrade. Or to do that. Yes, this room still needs to be explored if I want to 100%. Ow. What the fuck? Oh, Jesus Christ. That leads down. I'm sorry, little pill bug, it must be done. But yeah, regardless, I think I'm going to end up coming back here at some point, just because there's an elevator on the other side. So I may end up being here. One thing I remember from Prime 3, kind of having like a little bit of the non-linear part is one specific like collectible that you need to progress in the GFS Valhalla, which is the batteries, and those can be found across multiple planets. Whereas in here, all of the keys that you need for a specific area are in the same area. I want that energy tank. Get out of the way. I want that energy tank. Fuck. Is it up here? No. This is where I came from. I would be purple. Son of a bitch. I want that energy tank. Okay, so that's where the purple... Oh, I forgot that was an upgrade in this game. I was like, what the fuck is purple? Now I remember. Okay, now how do I get to that fucking energy tank? Oh, it's right here. The ball succeeds. Ah, fuck. Can I not? Shit. I think one of the best things about Metroid, is definitely the puzzles. And, like, obviously a lot of them aren't really mandatory, but a lot of the optional puzzles really make you think and really get that gray matter moving, and it's fucking phenomenal. There we go. And it's not like they hide shit from you either, because you can see, like, I made the mistake of not paying attention, and you can see the path they actually want you to take, because it's the one that you can actually, has the cracks on it. It's neat. So they don't obfuscate any information. If you're paying attention, you should be able. It feels different compared to the first one when I watched you. Indeed. The first one was definitely a lot simpler, which isn't inherently a bad thing, but it was their first Metroid game. So you can tell it was their first Metroid game, not because it was like incomplete or bad or anything, but just because in comparison to the second and the third, it's just a lot simpler. And the same can be said about the 2D Metroid games too. Like a lot of the earlier games, the puzzles are very simple, kind of, you know, just you can figure them out pretty quickly. And then Dread has some like insane multi-room puzzles that actually you got to be paying the fuck attention. So now, from here, the portal is here. And you'll notice there's a lot of rooms in Agon, or Agon Waste, which I'm not sure which is the correct pronunciation, since devs had said both in the past. I think one dev said Agon, and the other one said Agon, or Agon, which is... You know, it's an alien language, it could be pronounced however the hell they want it to be. But like there's a lot of rooms in Agon that's just you need the later upgrades to come back here for. I don't remember if any of them are mandatory, but I can tell you for sure that like if you're 100%ing the game, you need to come back to these places. Alright, we are about to fight the Guardian. The first one. Where was the boost ball one? It's just tedious. It can be, yeah. But like that's kind of every Metroidvania where it's if you're trying to 100% the game, you have to go back and explore all the places. The benefit of more modern Metroidvania third boss, absolutely. We're about to get there. The one benefit of like modern Metroidvanias is the fact that you can put pins on the maps where you think there's upgrades and shit to 100%. Which is super nice. Because it's just like, oh, I remember there being something here. And then you just go back and get it later. Because you know for a fact you're going to be back there. Judgment Pit has a dark room that I'm going to explore real quick. I wonder if killing that with a light beam makes it unenergized. Huh. It's above where I gotta go. So. Can I even? Yeah, I can. I just go that way. Wait. What? Oh, yeah, I just go this way. What is this? It's a save room? Well, I guess. I should have figured. Look at me. Who added me? Who messaged me? How dare you? Oh. Fair enough. Alright, now we're actually going to the third boss. I'm just gonna stop wasting time now. Also, one more thing I think Prime 2 does better in general is bosses. And once again, by virtue of having the experience of Prime 1 is why they were able to make the better bosses in 2. They're more intricate. more complex in general, and while they may not necessarily be harder, I find them more fun. Tell you what, the final boss is certainly more interesting than the second phase of the Metroid Prime. Tell you that for sure. Isn't it funny you always get pinged on stream? Literally every single fucking time, by the way. And it's not even like... It's not even like, oh, someone did an @roll or an @everyone on the server. It's literally someone PMs me or pings me. Like, I don't put myself on Do Not Disturb, save for two reasons. I'm either at work in the office, or I'm streaming. And my schedule's the same. People know my schedule. Fuck. Okay, so obviously... Oh, there's just so much shit to explore here, too. Oh, hi! I didn't realize there was big ones. Yeah, I'm pretty sure they just see Do Not Disturb and they go, oh, he's not gonna get pinged, so I'm just gonna send him the message now. Me over here on idle status while on the clock. Fair. To be fair, I just leave Discord open all day. So it's just... If someone pings me and I get pinged, well, that's on me. I'm on. And you, like... Not? It's just the virtue of having Discord exist. This is an upgrade. Hello? This is either an... Oh, no, I know what it is. The game's like, yeah, you got to the end of the room, now go turn around and go look at the upgrade even though you heard it a second ago. I'll take more missiles for the boss, though. That'll be useful. And if I remember correctly, we get the suit upgrade after beating this boss. Yeah. The main reason why it's quick is these upgrades are intended to help you explore the rest of the areas more easily. Which is, like, that's the whole point, is they want you to explore the game. So they give you a bunch of stuff to explore and to do puzzles, and then they save, like, the more OP upgrades for later. Like the super missiles, the power bomb, and all that shit. Like, we're gonna get that basically after the halfway point. It's this one. Wait. Yeah. Because I'm gonna be honest with you, a lot of the... literally this entire game is designed around getting the first suit upgrade this early. If it weren't for that, they would have had to put a lot more crystals in a lot more places, and that would definitely limit exploration a little bit more. Alright, well. We don't need full health to fight the boss. Easy peasy, we're gonna get rid of it immediately. Do you remember the first boss, by any chance? Because, the location being the same is important. This is, in fact, Le Worm. Or rather, the 3 worms. A Morbus. The 3 worms clutching a ball. Ow. Ah, yes. I remember how to beat your ass now. It's kind of an ing, but not really. Yeah. It's like corrupted by dark, just not by ing. There we go. Spit me out! It's like semi-ing. It's weird. Oh look, new healing balls. How much do these heal? 50. God, look at how much damage that does! Ain't that lit? Fucking love the light beam. I love weaknesses being exploited. Well. Yeah, can you stop? Thank you. Yeah, see how that one nullifies the the boss nullifies the crystal? I'm pretty sure I can't. Yeah, I can't unnullify that. Oh, there we go. Yes, I can. Light beam versus anything that's dark is fucking free. That being said, I don't think the light beam does jack shit against, like, some of the other bosses. I'm also, like, basically running out of ammo for it already, so that's a little bit cooked. Fuck. I can't remember the dark beam tracks. I'm gonna find out, actually. And then dark beam does jack shit to them, so there you go. Damn. Fuck! Dark is weakest in this game. It is, and only by virtue of there being so many dark enemies. But like the dark beam itself is actually really fucking strong. Like on the enemies you can use it on, it's insane. Like using it against space pirates in the light world, it's literally a free kill. Shit. You're just not using the dark beam that much in the dark world, and the light beam is just useful in a lot of places in comparison. But yeah, literally anything that's not dark gets absolutely bodied by the dark beam. To be fair, the Annihilator Beam is called the Annihilator Beam for a reason. And you pretty much only get it at the end of the game, at the, like, last quarter of the game, so it's not really that OP. Funnily enough, it's also used for a lot of puzzles. I think that gripe with, like, oh, one beam is stronger than the other is why Prime 3 didn't have switchable beams. But at the same time, I don't mind one beam being weaker than the other if it's like, if it does still have its niche uses where it is significantly better in those cases. Because at the end of the day, it's a single-player game. I don't need to optimize every single fucking thing, or like one thing doesn't need to be like as optimal as everything else, as long as it has its uses. And hello, we have new suit designs that aren't just recolors. Literally one of the most goated suit designs to ever exist. The dark suit. It even turns the morph ball like really weird and like slightly geometrical. It's cool. I love it. And all the Luminoth architecture, like really utilizing light and like these spherical patterns with lines connecting them is... It's so simple, yet so cool. I'm going to glaze this game forever. I didn't finish scanning it, but I don't think I needed to. It didn't show any research log stuff. Ah yes, the best part about Samus's arm cannon. It's not just a gun. It is a tool. I will be siphoning everything through the arm cannon. I will suck the energy. And now Dark Aegon is perpetually red, and the atmosphere is cooked. I think Metroid has established that the power of suck is the greatest weapon in the galaxy, considering Metroids utilize the power of suck to kill things as efficiently as possible. And spoiler alert for Metroid Dread, the Metroid suit allows Samus to suck people dead. Wherever Samus goes, a planet explodes. Almost true. I promise, almost true. Talon 4 didn't explode, and it's specifically because Samus showed up. But Prime 2 and 3, yeah, there's planet explosions. Did I even bother with you people? I can just leave. Oh, and when you're really low on ammo, you still will get that ammo from the power beam, just so that you don't have to really struggle for it. Fuck. I think you get a special death animation if you die to an ink possession attack, which, I'm gonna be honest with you, that the possession attack does so little damage, I don't think it matters. But I mean, hey, cool little details, I guess. There's special death animations in Prime 3 actually, depending on if you use a specific tool too much. Okay, now that we're here, where's the nearest portal? Oh, the normal one. Did you, like, not make that sound? Jesus. Okay, I need to figure out, will this do anything? Nope. Literally no extra effect. So that's kind of pointless. It was worth an attempt, though. But yeah, I would say that regarding like all the backtracking that happens in some of these games, especially like in the Metroid ones, if you're not the type who likes revisiting rooms, in general, Metroidvanias are probably not like your cup of tea. But there's definitely ones that do it worse than others. And to be honest with you, the Prime 2 one isn't as bad. Like, the backtracking is definitely not that bad. I will still hold to this day, I think Ender Lilies, despite being a phenomenal Metroidvania, has the absolute worst map design that I've ever seen in a Metroidvania. Not just like the map that you open up, but like the way zones are connected to each other actually sucks. A lot of it doesn't really make that much sense, and even the parts that make sense, sometimes the rooms are just kind of like in weird spots. I haven't played Ender Magnolia yet, so I can't comment on the, you know, on the sequel. But, yeah, no, I definitely struggled a lot figuring the map out. And, you know, like, I get lost very easily. Ender Lilies did not make it any fucking easier. Case in point, the Dark Beam makes these super easy. Literally one-shots them. Yeah, so the light beam typically has more use versus bosses, because most bosses in this game are dark. I mean, yeah, they're dark bosses. So like you're gonna be using the light beam more, but as far as like regular progression goes and like ads and stuff like that, the dark beam is plenty useful. Yeah, and even then, even without it being as good as the light beam, where, like I was mentioning before, where you kind of have it still be useful for puzzles and solving certain situations, it's still really, really nice. The one thing I wish both Prime 1 and Prime 2 had, something that Prime 3 has, is the ice missiles in Prime 3 can freeze lava. So you can use it to make platforms to get across the lava. And while obviously Prime 1 and Prime 2 aren't designed around having that functionality, it's a neat little feature, and it's cool. But if I remember correctly, there is no lava in Prime 2, so probably wouldn't matter to begin with. Though now that I'm thinking back on it, I think Prime 3 doesn't have a water section, an underwater section. Yeah, it's weird. Or am I wrong? Does it have one? I don't think it does. Rio doesn't have an underwater section, and Elysia certainly doesn't. With Pirate Homeworld certainly fucking doesn't. I'm pretty sure Prime 3 doesn't have an underwater section. I'm pretty sure. And the only planet where it makes sense to be one is Brio, and I think instead of an underwater section, it's just like frozen. Which is, I guess, my other issue with Prime 3. I don't feel like each planet is distinct enough. Well, I mean, I guess they're distinct enough from one another, but like, I don't know, it's weird. It's weird. Prime 3 has, I guess, the least variety in terms of, like, the location's actual aesthetic. Only the Perpetual Rain planet, yeah. Which, the Perpetual Rain, the mechanic isn't even that it's like, it's the rain itself. You need the hazard suit to be able to do it, which is the Pirate Homeworld. Alright, now from here, I need to take an elevator back to... Yeah, we just go through here. To the east! Yeah, 3 was weird, because, like, combat-wise and, like, speed-wise, it definitely feels the best out of the 3. But it's lacking a lot of... There's certain things that it's just straight up lacking, and it's really strange. I mean, you could say the water part is where you're in that planet, you're in the air. But the thing is, it's not the water part, because it's, like, you're not... The whole point of the underwater is that the movement is different. Like in Dread, you know, once you get the gravity suit, obviously it becomes normal once you're in the water. But like in Elysia, there's no real movement restrictor. The rain in the Pirate Homeworld just stops you from accessing certain zones without taking damage, which was like the whole gimmick. You get the hazard suit. There's an upgrade that I just missed, but it's the Echo. I need the fucking visor. It's so weird. It genuinely is so weird. Now the question is, will Prime 4 have an underwater section? Or are they going to, like, not do an underwater section for Prime 4? I'm sure you guys could, like, absolutely, like, someone here that I don't think any of this have played Prime 4, but if you had, we could already know. But we're not gonna know until I play it. So. Which way is the right way? At the very least, we know a couple of things. There is a magma section. Have I scanned you already? There's a magma section from one of the trailers, which is like a mechanical magma section. There is, there's Space Pirates. There is Galactic Federation, there's Silux. There is a ice section. Oh. Uh-huh. And a jungle section. So I can tell you of those 3 for sure. The jungle section, the lightning section, the ice section, I don't know if the lightning and the magma section are the same. You will have to find out. I suppose I will. I'm so looking forward to seeing, like, the environments and shit. Like, everything I've seen so far just looks so great, like aesthetically. Very pretty looking game. Okay, so I'm gonna say this because Sly does it too. Or at the very least starting with Sly Cooper 2. Collectibles and upgrades making a sound that you can overhear is peak. It's a great it's a great tool to kind of tell people where they need to go. Or like that there is an upgrade. I live for the bottle sound nearby. Yeah. Once I get back to playing Sly Cooper 2, I think I'm currently in episode 4. We started 4. Yeah, episode 4. We're in the temple with the opioid smuggler tiger who has 2 parts of the clockwork. Or had. Now he only has 1. The little clinking is amazing. And I'm so happy with Sly Cooper 2, the way that it actually changed the formula for the game. It's so good. Swamplands of Torvis are treacherous and can hinder you considerably. There we go! Best area in this game. Not by much, actually, because the Sanctuary Fortress is freaking sick, too. I think the best part about, like, this game specifically is kind of like the environmental storytelling that they do. Sanctuary Fortress being, like, the Luminoth's, like, most technologically advanced and, like, biggest city and stuff like that. And then seeing the fact that the Aegon Wastes, or what used to be the Aegon Plains, got scrapped, right, by, like, the space pirates and by the Ing and all that stuff and by the loss of the environment. You just said, like, damn, the Ing, not the Ing, but, like, the Luminoth really had so much going on, like, technologically. Oh, hey! These are back. Can I kill these with a regular promotional gallery unlocked? This gallery can be accessed in the main menu. Huh. They don't... Yeah, they do. You just have to get closer, I guess. That's why the Chozo traded with them. Yeah, it's just... You know, like, these 2 civilizations are insanely advanced. Like, I'm pretty sure the Chozo were still more advanced than the Luminoth, but as far as I've seen, the Luminoth have been, like, one of the most advanced races in Metroid. More so than, like... I guess more so than even the space pirates, but, you know... Getting... Oh, maybe not, because they were still on this one planet. They didn't really go anywhere else. Or maybe they did. They just, you know, like their planet. Age of Anxiety. Metroid is a little weird as far as it comes to, like alien races and stuff like that, because they only really mention some having multiple planets, and despite being, like, super technologically advanced to the point where the Chozo traded with the Luminoth, they never really mentioned the Luminoth being on other planets, or, like, leaving Ether. It's weird. Or like the Elysians, who had like star charts and shit like that, where they absolutely could have left Elysia, and they just didn't, and died there. Why did I use the light beam for that? Am I dumb? Imagine shooting the light, or like the opposite beam into a portal just straight up permanently closes it. Congrats, you just soft-locked yourself until you, like, go to another portal. And then the doors here are backwards. Now that one needs the super missile. Oh, great. Oh, great. Block access to areas. Thanks! Much joy I get from you just randomly blocking it. That specific part. Bastarding. That's new.
Recording to logbook.
Corrupted Sentry Eye. Alright. Yeah, I'll eat the damage, I don't care. What are you gonna do? Follow me? Luminoth. Oh yeah, so like another, like one detail that's kind of important regarding like the Dark Ether and Ether split. All of the structures that you see on Dark Ether technically had to have been constructed by the Luminoth. Because if I remember correctly, when the Dark Ether split happened, I don't think every... Well, actually, I might be wrong. No, yeah, I'm wrong. Never mind. There's just certain things that didn't transfer over, like one-to-one, I guess. Because there's certain, like, structures that aren't on Dark Ether. And I think my answer to that is literally that they were built afterwards. After the crash. So, I think I'm just rambling for no reason. But what's new? That's all I do. Ramble. Ah, balls. Okay, so... if I'm right, the way that I do this is doing the other ones first. This is when they force you to do it a very specific way. It's actually kind of funny. This one locks you out from the left side. It's another thing I kind of appreciate about the second Sly game, or I guess just Sly in general. It's making use of puzzles. I like having my brain teased when I'm playing just a game of another genre. Puzzles are always nice when they're done well anyways. And then there's stuff that's like really annoying, But these older like games like Metroid and Sly and this Crash didn't really have any like puzzles, but there is such a thing as like too much or like too. Oh my god, there was an example recently of a puzzle that like was just genuinely annoying, and now I can't remember what it was. I think I just repressed it to the back of my mind just because of the fact that it pissed me off. You didn't miss anything, Rio. Crash was just rage. The boxes technically are puzzles. Yeah. Not, I wouldn't really call the boxes puzzles as much as they are just like paths and hidden paths. Crash 4, I think, had the most puzzles in the series. In the original ones, it was literally just like, oh, sometimes they'll hide a box behind a wall that you need to be paying fucking attention to. I think Banjo-Kazooie had plenty of puzzles, I would say. Spyro had some. Definitely, like, it's pretty easy usually, but yeah, Spyro definitely had. They hid some in some weird spots. Yeah, man. What the fuck? I didn't realize I can't climb on that while it's moving. They actually just block you. That's interesting. How dare they, but like... Shit. I enjoyed Crash 4 a lot. I think as far as modern, not successors, but modern sequels to like the old platforming games, I would say Crash 4 is probably like the best one. Because, I mean, we talked about Sly 4 on the Sly streams where Chris was saying that it was just not good. Which is sad, but... yeah, honestly, if they kept the momentum from Crash 4 and made a Crash 5, or fucking moved on to do a Spyro 4, or hell, go back and remake the Legend of Spyro trilogy, I would have been pretty happy. Actually, no, just do a Crash 4, not Crash 4, do a Spyro 4 and make Cinder canon to the original Spyro trilogy. Easy. Easy dubs. Bring in stuff from the Legend of Spyro trilogy into the mainline. But they didn't. Yeah, because they fucking closed the studio and then canceled all the projects they were working on. We're never gonna get, like, a new Spyro game, and instead we're just gonna get... That would have been cool, yeah. It sucks. Wait, who knows? Maybe eventually they revive Spyro. Who knows? I say looking at a dead Luminoth, who's definitely not getting revived ever. Oh, I love this music so much. Oh, it's my favorite. Oh, I forgot about these things. I hate these. Please die. Actually stupid enemy. At least they're not hard to deal with, just mega annoying. Idlings, yay. Aquatic, 25%. Also, rip homie. Another thing I can't wait to see in Prime 4 is the new alien race. I genuinely want to see what they're like. I mean, besides aesthetically, obviously, because we know what they look like. They made them based off of axolotls. Why am I still getting pinged on Discord? Why do you people... Oh, I see. One of them's from a server. Never mind. Oh my god. But yeah, see how like the water in this one is obviously more swamp-like? Granted, Torvis is a bog, but... Yeah, like the difference between the colors in Prime 1 and Prime 2 is... It's like tremendously noticeable. There's an upgrade somewhere down here that I definitely can't get until I get the gravity upgrade. Hi. Is this the area where the other mob is? No, no it isn't. What the fuck? I forgot you guys would go invisible. It's very murky. Very green, even. Ooh, I remember where I'm at. Just going back to some of these rooms instantly triggers my nostalgia and like my memory, and I'm just like, I distinctly remember this image playing this when I was a kid. Shortcut. I'm sorry if I go quiet for a bit, I'm literally just listening to the music. God, so I have this, I have a slight thing in my left ear where I actually lost a little bit of my hearing from the left ear. Not a lot, it's like the top, like the very top frequencies of my hearing on my left ear. And because of that, I also have tinnitus on the left side of my head. So sometimes when I have trouble sleeping, I will literally just listen to like rain and ambient music, and the Torvis Bog theme is one that I would put on a lot, or that I still put on a lot. It's not that bad, it happens, you know. Random chance for your eardrum to explode and have to be taken to the hospital for them to like try to see what the fuck happened. Nah, you're good. In fact, if some random shit happens to me and you guys don't make a joke about it, I'll actually think something's wrong with you. Or if I get upset at it, something's wrong with me. Humor is the best medicine, as they say. Bloat sack. I can't remember. Did Torvis get affected by the climate change stuff from the meteor impact? I don't know. I'm gonna have to look it up. Because I haven't been reading shit. That's why chat watches you. Based, thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you for the compliments. I'm going to hold that to heart and never forget it. Look at this little creature. Your little dark copycat thing. other than apes together strong. Yeah. You know what that reminds me of? I mean, just kind of like apes together strong, not the apes part specifically, but you know, together strong. Did you guys ever watch? Was it a machinima or whatever? It was like an animation of was it called Haloid or some shit like that, where it was like Master Chief and Samus either fighting each other or fighting side by side. Sickest shit I've ever seen in my like 12-year-old brain at the time. Truly the goats of fan animations back then. I'm pretty sure it was made like not around the same time. Like obviously it was around the same time as like Red versus Blue, but I think it might have been the same animators who did Red versus Blue who did that, but I do not for the life of me remember. Hi, you go invisible. Dark Visor's in this area. You motherfucker, let me scan you. Oh yeah, that's right, because the slow beam is the light beam in this one, and the dark beam's the fast one. Aha, aha. He's still there. Can you, like, not stand where I can't see you? That'd be great, thanks. Ah, balls. He actually moved. One down. I wonder if this would stop him. Sir, he's dead. Where the... I knew it. Okay, that actually killed him. Color me surprised. I probably did, but I didn't remember. I don't know. There's a lot of, like, 3D animations and fan animations from back then. They were, like, really cool. Unfortunately, my sense of humor, thanks to, unsupervised access to the internet, is, kind of molded by this thing called Sanity Not Included Seasons 1 through 3. My sense of humor was probably more mature than it should have been while I was growing up. And, I blame that. Ah! Oh boy. Can I? Yeah, I can. I think because there's a lot of shit that I probably gave. Those were the good times, yeah. I just, like, my main issue isn't so much that stuff like that doesn't exist anymore, because it does, you just really have to look for it, but it was that was the internet. It wasn't, you know, like the serotonin dopamine spam that we get from stuff like TikTok and shit like that, and it's just, it's sad that there's so much saturation of stuff that's, like, really low quality, which, I mean, to be expected when pretty much everybody has access to it. It's just, you know, kind of annoying. But we do what we can, and we find entertainment in things that aren't brain rot. What am I doing? Forgotten Bridge. Oh, that's where we were. Yes. Ah, okay, yeah. We're good. I'm not completely stupid, but I am directionally challenged still, so... What is this? Denzium, Power Bomb. Inaccessible for me right now. Well, I kind of missed that. And then this leads to the temple, yes? Asian combat have caused to damage to type, but it's not in danger of falling apart, which means we can't blow that up. But that, we can. Telluric alloy. Is that what I think it is? Yes. Yes, it is. Holy shit, blessed energy tanks. Well, that's a problem. Was it the invisible ones that woke up? That what that was? I don't like those. They're kind of annoying without the dark visor. Oh my god, what just happened? Compromised security system. Oh. 1, 2. This is either the... I think I know what that is, actually. Hi. How you guys doing? My favorite part about playing these old games, though, more than anything, is the realization that we've come such a long way when it comes to controller optimization, that any slight inconvenience to my gameplay loop because the controls are weird is pissing me off. It's not even the game's fault. Well, it kind of is, but not like that. Is that the super missile? That is the super missile. Huh. Get good. Yes, sir. Gotta, you know, actually use my brain. Also, while it's not necessarily a waste of missiles, the super missiles for the Dark Beam, the Annihilator Beam, and the Light Beam consume so much fucking ammo, it's kind of ridiculous. Alright, so, if I remember correctly, I can go up, actually. Alright, so I'm actually gonna end fairly soon, so most likely the next save station, since, but what if brain is smooth? You're gonna have to carve the wrinkles yourself. Either that, or you beat your head against the wall until it works. Plain and simply, you press the buttons until something happens. But yeah, as soon as I get to the next save station, that's where I'm gonna stop for today. Game Awards is a thing, and while I probably wouldn't stop streaming for it typically, I'm gonna be doing it with, like, I'm gonna be watching it with some friends and shit, so. I wanna trouble them. That does mean that next stream, which is tomorrow, I will have plenty to talk about thanks to the Game Awards. Avok. Just reminded me of that. I have to watch that soon. Yeah, it starts in 40 minutes or something like that. The remainder of the temple has been flooded. Find the keys you need to enter the Dark Temple. Avoid them if you can. Then despite that, we need to be in plenty of underwater places. Emerald! I have to finish some stuff. Damn. Well, worst case scenario, there will be a VOD, so you can probably watch that before I start talking about it tomorrow. Dark suit makes you look like you haven't eaten in months, but I guess, yeah, because it's like so skinny at the abdomen. I never actually thought about that. Holy shit. And despite that, it's still so cool. I love the fact that the Varia suit can adapt alien technology to fit with itself, because the Dark suit is a Luminoth suit, not, you know, not Chozo by any means, much less human. The Chozo really were like the goats of all goats, just as far as technological advancement goes. And yet, they threw it all away. Yeah, the updated control scheme is so much better. Classic Chozo. Having to use triangle as the, or like Y as the missile makes it a little tough, I'm not gonna lie. That's why you claw grip it. Because in the remastered, missile is R1, and like your beam, your shoot is R2. Like, you know, like the more typical first-person shooter control scheme. Our war begins, starts talking about like what the Ing got here. Boost ball is somewhere in Torvus. And I'm pretty sure the power bomb is also in Torvus. Annihilator beam, the Echo visor, and the quintuple missile thing is in... Son of a bitch. Please don't get corrupted, I want to scan you first. Oh! Yeah, so the boost ball should be near, actually, because they're already kind of showing it off through these guys. Freeze! Yeah! Freeze! Busted. So much better than the ice beam. And these weapons are allowed to be because they're unlimited ammo. And in boss fights, if you don't have enough, that shit's cooked. Alright, where is the save room? You're gonna try to vor me, I know, get away from me. I'm not a yummy snack. I'm going the wrong way. Bruh moment. At its best. Anyways, let's see. Trying to think. Hey, yo, unless. No, not unless. No, 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 no. We don't do that here. This is a vor-free household. Vor-free spaceship. I think a little detail that would have been cool to add to Metroid Pro. Oh my god! I forgot you guys exist. I hate you. Please let me scan you. Hunter Ing, like the Hunter Metroids. Oh, that's right. You guys suck so much balls. Yeah, so the Huntering ignore light weapons, and then they kill themselves. So, that's a detail. Anyways, what I was gonna say is, I think a really cool detail that they could have added to Prime 2 is as you put the as you put the lights, the energy back in the light temples, they could make it so that when you're using the portals, there's less darkness and more light. I think that would have been a cool detail. But, it never changes, so. Not a detriment. Obviously, I'm not saying, like, it's a bad thing that it doesn't. I just think it might have been, like, a nice environmental detail. Oh, there we go. Save station. And just in time, too! Look, we made it to the 2-hour mark, basically. I'll be back for more tomorrow. I'm almost certain that we're probably gonna finish Prime 2, I think most likely next Monday, I'll be honest with you. That's the most likely case, because we're already in Torvis, and I'm pretty sure that I can do all of Torvis next stream. Probably. It might take longer, 2 is kind of long. But, that being said, thank you guys for joining in. Again, I'll be back tomorrow. Hopefully you guys enjoy the Video Game Awards. Maybe one more stream than the first game. Most likely, yeah. You guys enjoy the Game Awards if you get a chance to watch it. We'll probably talk about them tomorrow and see my thoughts on, like, a bunch of releases. And maybe I get to shit-talk people. But, until then, mata ne minasan. Oyasumi.